Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid, Spike Kool-Aid for the last time this year. Yeah, those jokes are here. See you next year for December the 30th, 2022. Unbelievable. The next time the Lions take the field, we'll be in a new year. A lot of stuff has happened, man. A lot of stuff has happened. Wanted to talk to you guys about it. Man, what a year though, right? What a year. Lions started the season 1-6. And the Detroit Lions got to 500, man. 500 on the year. And now they got some work to do in front of them. They got some work to do in front of them. Shout out to everybody in the chat. The dad jokes of the year. Welcome to the weekend. Shout out to Hatter's House. What's going on, fellas? Listen, I'm feeling a lot better from yesterday. I started to open the show with the singing in the rain joint. Good morning. Very cheerful beat. I feel much better than yesterday. I decided not to do what I did yesterday to get me so upset. Stayed away from it. So feeling a lot better. Didn't mean to really go off on anybody yesterday, but sometimes, man, y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So a lot of stuff we hold in for the greater good, and sometimes you got to let it go, man. You got to let it go. But listen, it's a big game coming on Sunday, and I got like this nervous feeling, man. Found out that tickets, when I wanted, y'all know I wanted to go to the Bears game, and I asked my son and I went to the preseason game, got COVID, sucked. We went to the very first one. So it was the very first, kind of, I feel like I'm like a intern reporter, kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I have to go and cover the Lions, even if it's on my own dime, you know what I'm saying? So we go, we have a great time. He doesn't watch football, but he had a fantastic time. We get home, and he's like, man, I was like, he just woke up the next day and was like, the game was amazing. And like I said, he doesn't watch football, but just being there, the atmosphere, the chicken fingers, all that stuff, he was stoked. He had a good time. So I asked him, did he want to go? He said, yeah. I'm like, okay. Now, my plan was to buy a ticket to the Bears game. If they won, they had to win one of their last two. That would have been against the Jets or Panthers. So when they beat the Jets, I went to go look at the tickets. And they were 170. Now, according to the internet, the tickets were as low as $221 before the Lions lost to the Carolina Panthers. Had they won, those tickets might have gone up. So it turns out that because the Lions are not in control of their own destiny anymore, they had an opportunity to clinch a playoff spot this coming Sunday with the win and the right number of losses. I want to say with how the teams lost, let me see, the Detroit Lions would have been 8-7, then they would have been 9-7. The Commanders are 7-1. No, 7-8-1, right? At this point. Because there's only 2 weeks left. So had they done that, been 9-7, or something like that, 8-7, something like that. Yeah, 9-7 this weekend, they could have clinched a playoff spot. They would have clinched either 6 or 7 and things like that. So I found out today that the tickets have gone down. They've gone down about $75. They went from being in the top 5 highest tickets around the league to out of that category based on the loss. So, we complain about a winning product and expect if the Lions start winning, which they will. So I would recommend to get season tickets. If you're going to go ahead and get season tickets, because if you try to go to a game here and there, it's going to be really high, because when they start winning products equals higher tickets. Like the Fords, they didn't go up on ticket sales, on ticket prices due to the product that was on the field. But when we started winning, they went up tremendously. So I said all that because even with the ticket prices going from $221 to now about $155, there is standing room only for this. Shout out to Mr. Poole, man. Standing room only for this game. We kind of knew that was going to happen. I think whether or not if they split, like if the Lions, they're 7-8, if they were 6-9 or something right now, I don't think it would have been as big. But 7-8 with a chance to get back to 500 and play for all the marbles in Week 18 is right where we want to be. So standing room only expected, the last home game of the season. And I'm telling you right now, I might have to invest. I might have to invest in season tickets. Whether I go or not, that's a different story. But I don't want to waste, money. But I really want to start getting out and going to more of the games. Obviously, that means no post-game show. So got to really kind of balance what I'm going to do here. Shout out to Derek. What's going on? Glad to be here. Vash Darwin says, hello, man. Hey, all, coffee and Kool-Aid, love it. Just not at the same time. If you wind up, if you wind up going, let me know. I'm going to send you my parking pass. Hey, Michael, that's going to be a negative, bro, because the whole family wanted to go. So it was me. I asked my son. Then I said, well, I got to ask my wife. So she said, well, sure. And she don't even watch football. I'm like, okay. So she want to go. So then I looked then I was going to invite my sister-in-law who does watch football. So you're talking about like 800, bro. So I'm going to be at the crib. But I'm going to try and make a better effort to go next year, man. The Lions are putting the winning product on the field. Expect next year to be a lot different. So I think that I'm going to invest in season tickets, and we'll see how that thing goes. But I appreciate that, though, man. I really, really do. So all the year-end jokes, go ahead and let them out. This is the last time you'll see me this year, and yada, yada. And I'm not doing this till next year. They're here. They're here, man. Save up and get you some close tickets. Yeah, Eric, I could do that, man. What's up, King? What's up, Detroit Lions Forum? Just touched base with him. He said he should be good to go tomorrow for the episode. What is this? Episode 3 of New Era Lions. So that should be something to look forward to. Oh, man. But here's the deal. I saw this today, and I wanted, Dan Campbell got in front of the media today. Deuce Staley, man. Deuce Staley got in front of the media. Deuce Staley is a no-nonsense guy. No-nonsense guy. They brought up DeAndre Swift. They brought up Jamal Williams, the running back situation. One of the guys asked him, did Carolina running all over you? Like, what did you take away from that? If to your running back room, it was crazy. But, Deuce is a no-nonsense dude. I really could see him being a head coach somewhere down the line. He would be one of them, like, just no-nonsense guys. I really could see that happening in a few years. What's up, Sweat? What's going on, man? So here is something that I saw from Fan Nation. There's a lot of websites out there. Here is something that I saw from Fan Nation. And this is intriguing. We have been talking about this during the week, and I think we're going to talk about it. Now, in 2 weeks, y'all. In 2 weeks. Nate. Hold on, I gotta start the segment over. I was gonna bring that up. What's up? Nate Smith. Yeah, remember something last week that I was talking about that if y'all found it, let me know. And I actually had a guy, one of my subscribers on Gridiron Blitz. He's a member as well. He was the first subscriber to the new channel. And I see y'all have been finding it. So I went to bed. I had 6 subscribers, and now I have 23. So, Nate, you are correct, my friend. I was wondering when you guys were going to see it. And basically, Nate says, what's up, Grid? You starts XL, Syndicate Sports Detroit XL. Yes, I did. That is me. That is nobody stealing the content or copying. Basically, YouTube works like this. So we're going to have people. Oh, man, we got to talk about the Michigan Wolverines, too. We're going to have people talking about, hopefully, all Detroit, Michigan sports. Michigan State, basketball, the Detroit Pistons. Saw that stuff with Killian Hayes. Didn't like it at all. I might even start talking some Pistons a little bit as well. And I wanted a channel that you can't overload a channel. So this channel is live streaming and videos. That channel will be all videos. It will be videos from the live streams that we don't want to overload over here. So that is the point, and that is the goal. But appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. You thought somebody was stealing my stuff, bro. That is super cool. My Syndicate Sports Detroit XL. And like I said, the plan is to have people talking about everything, Tigers, Red Wings. And it's really tough to get creators to join, but I'm still working on it, and we'll get there. So that is you can call that the runoff channel. It'll be all, because I don't want to overload y'all with 3 and 5 videos, like 5 or 6 videos a day. So usually it's the live stream, 2 videos a day over here, and then over there, the runoff videos will be. So they'll be over there as well. But I went to bed, man, woke up with 23 subscribers. I have no idea. I wanted to see how YouTube would do organically. I didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't promote it. I just put it out there, and it took a week to get 1 subscriber. So, but you guys have found it, and I appreciate that as well. Mr. Poole says, note the reports of Detroit filing new uniform paperwork is unconfirmed as of right now. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay. Yeah, I did see that. Shout out to you, man, that the Detroit Lions could do a mixture of like the old and the new. I know a lot of people kind of miss the Barry Sanders era, as long as they don't bring that Lion back. Don't bring Bubbles back. What's up, D. Reese? What's going on, man? But we were talking about the Detroit Lions, and I saw this, and I thought it was very intriguing, and I wanted to know what you guys felt about this. This comes from Fan Nation, okay? All Lions. We got a lot of them. Pride of Detroit, Fan-Sided, Fan Nation, SB, Lions, stuff like that. And I thought this was very intriguing, and I wanted, again, to get your opinion on this thought right here. And this is 4 Lions free agents who should return for 2023. Now, I've looked at this already. I wanted to get your opinion on it. 4 free agents who should return to Detroit in 2023. One of them is Isaiah Buggs, defensive lineman. Now, I don't remember what his salary is, but Isaiah Buggs, he got an old soul, bro. The bro he's only 26 years old. 26 years old, Isaiah Buggs. And I wouldn't mind that. It all depends on what we do in the draft, but we would have to sign him before that. We picked him up. I know he was in Pittsburgh at one point in his career. Isaiah Buggs is one of the guys, defensive lineman. Number 2 is wide receiver DJ Chark. Now, DJ Chark, I would say until that first winning streak, he started the season kind of, him and Jared Goff had no chemistry, started the season, was hurt, went on IR. Turns out that it wasn't as bad as it seems. They just wanted to kind of give him extra time. He came off IR. He played the very Sunday of the week he came off, and he has been balling since. Now, here's the deal with DJ Chark. DJ Chark, we signed him for 1 year, okay? We signed him for $10 million. But here's the thing. Here's where it gets kind of not tricky, but why I wouldn't mind re-signing him next year. One of the reasons is because if you look at the wide receiver free agent pool, it's not that big. It's not that deep. It's not a lot of big names like last year. You had Allen Robinson. I mean, I would have even traded for Robert Woods. I think he would have been fantastic here. But when it comes to DJ Chark is getting paid to be on our team for the next 2 years. Getting paid by our team for the next 2 years. Why not make it where he's on the team? He got $10 million salary. His salary was $1 million something. His signing bonus was $8 something million. They dispersed it over 3 years. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to be a bigger name free agent. And why break something up that's just getting started? You know what I mean? Like DJ Chark, the chemistry with Jared Goff. We saw how big it was when it came to Josh Reynolds. We saw how much is missing with Jamison Williams. So if DJ Chark stays on the team, maybe we work it out somehow that we now do something with that signing bonus and sign a 2-year deal. 2-year deal. Khalif Raymond is on the last year of his 2-year deal coming up in 2023. And there's no guarantee he's going to be on this team. I think he will. But if you would have asked me 7 or 8 weeks ago, I would have been like, no. No. But DJ Chark almost had 100 yards last game. The game before that, like he has proven himself since being on IR and coming, out of that. He is a deep threat. He is a guy. He's caught deep balls from Jared Goff. And when him and Jameson Williams get rolling, which I do think we'll see both of these gentlemen have games before the season, like really. So I like this. I wouldn't have liked it 8 weeks ago, but I like the idea because Chark has started balling, okay, and we're going to pay him anyway. So I would say yes to DJ Chark. I actually traded him away from my fantasy team while he was hurt. The third person that we should bring back is running back Justin Jackson. Now, Justin Jackson was a bit of a surprise to me, 100%. I didn't know he would have such a big role as he does this year. I really thought maybe Jamar Jefferson would come through, but when Craig Reynolds got hurt, Justin Jackson has been pretty solid for Detroit. And I wouldn't mind if he got another 1-year deal. I really wouldn't. I like the 4 running backs that we have. I like the Detroit Lions having 4 running backs. I think when it comes to running back, we need to go deep. Now, here's the one that we talked about the other day. We talked about this, I want to say, in Wednesday's show, maybe Tuesday's show. We are at the end of the road for running back, number 4, running back Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams very quietly signed a 2-year deal. I think it was $14 million, somewhere around there, when Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell were hired by the Detroit Lions. Signed a 2-year deal. He is at the end of that 2-year deal. And we knew about Jamal Williams in year 1. At this, I think he was the former Packer. Okay, so Detroit Lions Forum says Bugs no, Chark yes, Jackson yes, Williams no, as in Jamal Williams. That's huge. That's huge because I believe that he is a critical part to this team. Now, he's disappeared in the last 3 games, had 14 rushing touchdowns. As far as I know, he still leads the league in touchdowns, has been MIA as far as the run game in general in the last 3 games. No touchdowns in the last 3 games. I think he gets 1 or 2 or 3 coming up this game against the Chicago Bears. But Jamal Williams is the heartbeat of this team. He is, I want to say, 27, 28 by the time the season starts. And I think this might be one of the toughest decisions that Brad and Dan have to make because there will be a couple of guys. I know the Robinson kid from Texas, you guys are very high on him. I'm a little leery about a running back. I just am because we don't have much success in drafting running backs. Kerryon Johnson, DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is on this team unless they trade him away or cut him. Jamal Williams, I think, is going to be one of the biggest kind of mysteries of the early part of the offseason. Eric says we could use a true power back. Got to keep your vocal leader. Rainbow Girl says Jamal, heart and soul of the team. Not only that, he produces. When Jamal Williams touched the ball, he is going to get like 3 yards. He had a fumbling problem in the middle of the season, has rectified that. And the thing about it is 2 things. 1, the money aspect. And 2, are the Lions ready to move on past him? Zay says, Brad has yet to draft a running back in the first 4 rounds. I think he does draft next year. Really? Perry says, it depends on what he wants for money. Okay, well, let me ask you this. He seems to be the biggest reaction I got of y'all. So what would you say, and people listening to this video, what is the max you're willing to give Jamal Williams? See, I think he had a 2-year, $14 million deal. What is the length of the contract, and what is the max dollar amount of the contract for Jamal Williams if you were to re-sign him? Bugs replaced in the draft. Chark, big body, deep threat. Jackson, great return threat. Williams, I love his emotion and his energy, but he's near 30. I would sign Jacobs from the Raiders instead. We actually talked about that yesterday for him. That was one of the segments in yesterday's live stream about Josh Jacobs. Okay, so Eric says $5 million per year. Zay says basically the same one he has now. Katie says 3-year, $12 million. So I'm hearing like 2 years, $10 million. That's what I'm hearing. Vash says I want to keep Williams at all costs, at almost any cost, within reason. Perry says 2 years, $20 million. Perry, that's a little steep, brother. That's a little steep. But let me know in the comment section below. How do you feel about these these 4 players that will be free agents? Chark, Bugs, Justin Jackson, and Jamal Williams. Which one is the most important in your eyes? And what are you willing to re-sign them for as far as length and contract money? Let me know. You know, we had a very quiet offseason last year. We really did. The way that the Lions ended the season gave the whole city hope. It really did. Started off 0-10-1. We got that win. Then we finished the season. I think we went 3-3 in our last 6 games. If we don't tie against that Pittsburgh game could have gone anyway. They didn't have Big Ben. We didn't have a kicker. We didn't have Jared Goff. He was hurt. He was in there, but he was hurt. But, that was just a sloppy, ugly game between 2 teams, that Pittsburgh game. But we wind up going 3-3 in our last 6 games, and it gave the city a lot of hope. It gave the fan base. And this is one of the biggest off seasons I think I've ever seen. March, we got announced for Hard Knocks. We got announced to host the draft in 2024. And then the draft comes. We get Aiden Hutchinson. Y'all go crazy for J-Mo. And we get the hidden gem, Malcolm Rodriguez. Then the season starts. We start like we do, right? Trade away TJ Hawkinson. Wasn't happy about the interdivision trade. That was the only part. I really felt for the last maybe year and a half that TJ Hawkinson did not want to be here. Then I saw him on Busting It with the Boys. And when he said that they had yet to talk about a contract, I was like, uh-oh. I said, TJ gone, man. TJ's gone. So here we are at the end of what started off to be a rough season. A lot of SOL people, a lot of disappointed fans because of the expectations coming into the season. And nobody expected 1-6. Nobody at all. So don't even try it. But the turnaround, 7-7, sitting at 7-8 with a real chance to finish this thing. Get 2 wins, and the rest is up to the league. Washington Commanders, Seahawks, Giants. My prediction when I first started the season is that the Giants would fall out, the Commanders and Giants would fall out, and the Seahawks and Lions would have the last spot. But going into this offseason, it will be ridiculous. The amount of excitement around our team in 2023, I'm telling you, the next 2 years for the Detroit Lions are going to be insane. Because don't forget that in about 15 months or so, 15, 16 months, the Detroit Lions will be hosting, or the city of Detroit will be hosting the NFL draft. So we just getting this season was the start of something really, really special for not only our team, but our city. So I expect this offseason to be insane. Insane. Michael says, Bugs, everyone else can go. Our cap space is looking nice. Wow. So no to Williams, no to Chark, and no to Justin. Justin really ain't going to affect our cap space like that. I don't think any of them will. I really don't. DJ Chark. Let me see. We paid him 1 year. All of it was guaranteed for $10 million. If you look at the free agent pool, man, I'm telling you, it's not a lot of people coming out. It's not a lot of people that you would want. I'm telling you. If DJ Chark finishes the season strong, knowing that we're going to pay him anyway, I would give him a Jamal Williams type deal. I really would. A Jamal Williams previous type deal. Somehow that guaranteed money, but all that money was guaranteed, that $10 million. So I don't know how they would work that out, but I would sign him for 2 years. I really would. And I think that this year is going to be tough for the Lions because when it comes to Jamal Williams, I think it's going to be tough. I think Jamal's going to want. Let me ask y'all a question. Jamal Williams, let's say, like he signed a 2-year deal, would have never stepped foot here with Matt Patricia, had no idea, like, as far as how bad the year was going to be. But Jamal comes over, signs a 2-year deal. We saw the heart, we saw the passion, we saw the hurt, we saw the drive, the determination to bring this team to success. He is the heartbeat, the vocal leader of our team. Everybody calls him the same thing. The question that I have for y'all is, when it comes to running backs, we're in a sticky situation because DeAndre Swift is in year 4. He will be going in year 4. And depending on what we do with Jamal Williams and in the draft, what is 2024 going to look like? That's the question I have for y'all. DeAndre Swift. Do you think DeAndre Swift returns in 2024? Right now, I'm going to say no. So if we sign Jamal Williams for a 2-year deal, now Swift is gone and Jamal is still here. Now we got to draft a running back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering about how this thing is going to go. Joseph Murdoch says, Bijan Robinson will be good. Yeah, that's the kid from Texas we were talking about. Now, here's the thing with that. Where are you taking him at? Where are you taking Mr. Robinson? What spot in the draft are you taking him? Michael says, don't be surprised if we go after Bijan. Well, if we go after Mr. Robinson, somebody got to go. Y'all said number 18? Well. Really? Now that is okay. Y'all love y'all, man. Y'all be dropping me segments. And yes, Syndicate Sports Detroit XL is me. That is not a copycat channel. Appreciate y'all. I love how YouTube, I wanted to see how this thing worked. I put it out there, and I wanted to see how long it would take to catch. It's like literally trying to catch a wave. Put it out there, no subscribers, no promotion, and it took a week for anybody to see the channel. So, okay. So we are talking about the running back position for the Detroit Lions and what the 2023 year is going to look like. Swift is under contract for 1 more year. We've got a lot of, third and fourth Craig Reynolds and those guys who are not guaranteed to be here for a long time. Matter of fact, the only running back that has any type of stability as far as next year via contract-wise is really DeAndre Swift. Jamal Williams is a free agent, and the rest of them, Craig Reynolds, will he make the team? He was very close, seems like, to being cut in the offseason. But they had to make a choice, and they chose to cut Jamar Jefferson. They picked him back up, put him on the practice squad. So now we're having I'm gauging the chat to see where people are at when it comes to the running back position. The Detroit Lions have 2 first-round picks. They have the LA Rams, who will be picking probably top 10 unless they win these last 2, but it's going to be high. And the Detroit Lions right now are picking in the late teens, right on the outside of the playoffs looking in. If they go to the playoffs, then that will change. But we're talking about the running back position, and a lot of people are high on Bijan Robinson from Texas. A lot of people. And in this chat right now, they're saying that we could possibly take him with our first-round pick. And what I want to know from you guys is that okay? Is that okay? Knowing how bad our defense is, knowing what we need on defense, how would you feel if they took Mr. Robinson and brought him to our neighborhood at number 18 or with the Lions' first-round pick, not the LA Rams? Lions pick up Cam Akers after Rams cut him. How would you feel about that? Forum says, no running backs in the first round. It's a bad investment. Zay says, I wouldn't be mad at it. Robinson could be our Saquon Barkley. Okay. If we did that, who are we taking with the Rams pick? Quarterback is out of the question, in my opinion. Now, Hatter's House says Zach Cabernet from UCLA, second or third. Now, remember, as of right now, the Detroit Lions do not have a fourth-round pick in 2023. I think we have 5 of the first 60-something picks. Then we don't pick again to the 5th round as of right now. So how would you feel if the Lions took a running back with their pick currently sitting in the late teens in the 2023 NFL draft? Is that something you want to see? Me personally, I do not. We have the free agent pool that we have to bring some guys in here. Lions didn't try to get Bobby Wagner or anything like that, any linebackers. We got Deshaun Elliott, a solid safety. Will we try to go after a Jesse Bates? Will we have to go, even if you look at the secondary, not a lot of guys coming out. This free agent class is not that good. Look at it. Look at the class. Okay. Hatter's House says, I would like to go all defense with the first 4 picks. So that means the 2 in the first and 2 in the second, right? I think we got 2, 2, and 1. So you're saying that you wouldn't want to take offense until when? That 3rd round. Jamal, 3-year, $10 million. If Swift is gone after 2024, we still got a veteran RB to teach the new running back rookie. Well, Swift would be gone after 2023, Luke. But I hear what you're saying. If the Lions take a running back, then they have to trade somebody. There's a lot of talent on defense in the draft. There's only one, Bijan Robinson. Okay, all right. So what I'm asking, Joe, and the rest of the chat, is how are we feeling about that? How do you personally feel, the chat and the comment section watching this on video? If the Lions decide, who are you taking with the Rams pick? And if they took Mr. Robinson at their pick, how are we feeling about that? If I'm not mistaken, the Lions have 8 or 9 picks as of this moment right now. Last year they had 8. They took 2 on offense. They took 6 on defense. 1 initially didn't make the team. And now is balling out. We can't even put him back on the practice squad because somebody will probably yank him. Wouldn't be mad at it, but I'd rather take 1 in the 3rd. Okay? Okay, well, let me ask you this. Out of our picks, how many do you believe that the Detroit Lions are going to take with as far as defense? How many do you guys believe of our, let me see what Tankathon says. How many picks that, because it's either 8 or 9 as it stands right now. And I want to know, you're the GM. The defense, we had the Carolina Panthers run all over us. Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, those guys are looking not to be an option. I know a lot of y'all are talking about Miles Murphy, but he can most likely be gone as well. How many do you want the Lions to spend on defense? Currently, we have 8 picks. We have 2 firsts. We have 2 seconds. We have 1 third. We have a 5th, a 6th. I'm sorry, we have a 5th and 2 6th. We don't have a 7th or a 4th. Probably the first 4 or first 5. So we have pick 7 currently, pick 7, 18, 49, 61 via TJ Hawkinson, 80, 149, 180, and 189. And then our draft is done. So Mr. Robinson in the first round at pick 8 with the Lions pick, we take. Well, I will say this. I believe that what Brad does in free agency will dictate what's going to happen. So if we re-sign Jamal Williams, I don't know. I don't know if we are going to do that. I really don't know right now, but Brad has traded before. I think, was it James Mitchell or Malcolm Rodriguez, something like that. And then we wound up getting Chase Lucas as part of whatever trade we made last year. So Joseph says 4-4. That's a tough one because I know this kid is special. I know a lot of y'all like him, but I know our defense is suspect. I know we need a safety. I know we need a cornerback. I know we need a linebacker. I know we may need a D tackle. Right there, we need at least one player at each level of the defense. And that's 4 players right there. But I do know that if we sign a safety, I think that the Lions are going to make a substantial move this offseason. Not a Trey Flowers type, but maybe they go out. We didn't do anything substantial. This guy will fit what we're trying to do. He will be a player who can make some plays, and I think that the free agency is going to dictate what we do. So Zay says, wouldn't be mad, but I'd rather draft one in the second or third. Well, it's going to be hard to tell, really, because if our defense is at the bottom of the ranks in the first half of the season, that's going to be a problem for me, 100%. So what would you like to see? Would you like to see the Detroit Lions take Bijan Robinson, running back from Texas, with their pick at number 18 in this year's draft? Let me know. Or if not, leave your scenario in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Syndicate Sports Detroit. We on our way to 1,200 subscribers, trying to grow this thing one subscriber at a time. Perry says running back, D tackle, D end, and wide receiver. They need guard, center, safety, linebacker, running back, nose tackle. So I'm seeing at least one offensive player out of the first 5. Out of the first 5. Jamal Williams, what's up, Lucky, says, is a goal line back, release him and trade Swift to the Raiders, sign a free agent, and draft track star Sean Tucker in the second round. So we just going to be running back free. Running back free. Now, I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a hot commodity. I think it's going to be Saquon Barkley, and I think it's going to be him. I think those are the best 2 running backs coming out in the free agent class. I think Daniel Jones, I know we're talking about running backs right now, but I think Daniel Jones is going to wind somewhere as a backup. I think I could see somebody like a Baker Mayfield. I think the New York Giants and Jets are going to have a different starter when we kick off the 2023. I don't think Mike White or Daniel Jones will be the starters in New York. Bijan has moves I haven't seen since Barry Sanders. He's legit. Okay, so y'all, I'm actually seeing that y'all wouldn't be mad. If we take Mr. Robinson, number 18, y'all gonna be cool, right? So nobody in here would have a fit if we took him. I just want our defense to not be ranked 32. That's all I want. Detroit Lions Forum says, if we take Robinson, I will not be cool. I don't want our defense to be ranked 32. Breece Hall and Damian Pierce went second and third round. Wasn't Breece Hall the first running back taken off the board? Last year was a wonky year, man. It was a wonky year. Like one quarterback in the first 85 picks or whatever it was. Very wonky year, man. Now, according to Tankathon, they got us taking Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech with number 7. And a tight end? Come on now. Who writes this stuff? A tight end with number 18? Just stop it. What are we doing? No. If the Lions took a tight end with their pick, I would probably cut the draft off. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. Joseph says the only way they get the defense out of the basement is to get rid of AG. Yeah, I got actually a video coming out about that later today on the other channel. And I'm really curious to know. I'm really curious to know what he's going to do. What he's going to do. Now, I do like that we talked about this the other day, and I think, Jameson Williams showed a lot of maturity. I mean, he said what he was supposed to say, but I think he believes it as well. Like, you can't rush that he's being patient. And I think that says a lot about his maturity level, knowing that, he wants the ball. He wants to make a difference for his team, knowing that he's a difference maker. But he said you can't rush everything. We talked about that after his press conference yesterday, and I like it. I like that attitude. I think that's going to go a long way for his man, his future. Now, let me see who's out, because there will be no show tomorrow, and I will probably do this to end the show today. I saw Equinemius and St. Brown, man, his brother, and their show, hilarious. One's trying to make the playoffs, one tries to spoil it. And they talk like real brothers would talk. Destroying each other. Love it. But I will be watching all 3 games tomorrow because I want to get my last look at Bryce Young and Will Anderson for the Crimson Tide. And then I want to do Michigan as well. It's going to be a good college day tomorrow. So look forward to that. I look forward to what's going on there. Robinson make our defense better. My keeping them fresh and off the field. You already know my thought on AG. You know what, Lions? I didn't get a chance to watch that video yet. I didn't get the chance to watch it yet. So had to do some things in the morning. So I usually watch it after I'm done and while I'm setting up the videos. Running back with Rams pick, D tackle second first. So, Joseph, you're saying take a running back in the top 10? That's what you're saying. I don't know, man. I feel like Lions fans would lose their stuff if we did that. Absolutely. And you know what, y'all? I feel like it was something in the water in 2020. Maybe 2020 was a sign of what was to come because the running back class in them first and second rounds of 2020, none of them are balling. Like Dobbins, Swift, Allaire, or Jonathan Taylor. Always hurt all the time, bro. It's like something was in the air. I know we had the pandemic breakout that very same year. It was already going, had the draft at home, the virtual draft. Just seemed weird, man. So it is so impactful to Goff. Yeah, Goff needs a running back he can rely on to actually get some play, get some yardage. I do agree with that. He thrived when he was with Todd Gurley and when Todd Gurley was in balling for him and then just fell off a cliff. So, all right, let's see. All right, so let's do this, and then I guess we'll wrap up the show with this. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. I do intend to make a video for Detroit Lions Syndicate today. It's been about 3 days, man. I've just been so busy, so tired, just needed a break. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to have a break, man. Take a break, you know what I mean? Oh, right. That's right. Let me do this so I can disappear. Forgot I'm still on camera right there. All right, so we will end with this, man, because this is a big day, big game. Let's see. Okay, last 5. All right. Oh, man. All right, let's get this thing started. The Detroit Lions have a huge game in front of them on Sunday. Like, every game that we're playing is a playoff game. In the playoffs are one and done. Lions must win this game. They must get back to 8-8. And the scenario is like this. We would love the Colts to upset the Giants. I'm going to keep it a buck. I know a lot of people don't think they will, but hey, any given Sunday. We have to have the Browns, who have nothing to play for, beat the Washington Commanders. And we need the Seattle Seahawks to lose to, forgot who they're playing, but we need them to lose. It would be lovely for Minnesota to beat Green Bay, and we need to take care of business. If that happens, in Week 18, We're playing for everything. The Jets, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Could not remember to save my life. The New York Jets are not done yet, but they're very close. If they lose another one, they're pretty much done. The AFC South is going to be won by the winner of next week's game between the Titans and Jaguars. That is why they rested Derrick Henry. One of the reasons they set him yesterday and had Haskins doing most of the running. But we got a chance, man, to get back to 500, and we will either – can y'all believe that the Lions have a chance to end the season above 500? Not only make the playoffs, y'all, end the season above 500. They have a chance to do that. Got to do it. It all starts this Sunday. And for the first time in a long time, it's been the playoff or the game predictor is in favor of Detroit by a landslide, by double. That's insane. I haven't seen that. I don't think I saw that with the Washington Commanders. It was that big. This scares me a little bit because we got to take care of business. The Chicago Bears are a team we should beat. Justin Fields, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's a little banged up, but he's going to play. 2,167 yards. Jared Goff is a pass or two away from 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Threw 3 to Zane Zylstra last week. Has not thrown an interception in, I want to say, 6 games. Something like that. I hope that streak continues. I know there'll be no Eddie Jackson, so we'll see. Justin Fields, the leading carrier, has eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing. Unbelievable. He has 8 touchdowns, half the touchdowns. Wow, he has 8 touchdowns on the ground, 16 in the air. Insane. Now, I understand why we're having the Bijan Robinson conversation, because this right here, Jamal Williams, I love Jamal Williams. This ain't about Jamal Williams. This is about this right here, that he is the second running back. He should be behind DeAndre Swift, but yet he's the leading rusher. So I understand. Has not seen the end zone in 3 games. That has to change. Their leading receiver, and this is why we should beat the Chicago Bears. Their leading receiver has under 500 yards, Darnell Mooney. We should beat this team. St. Brown eclipsed 1,000 last week. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, not so much about them, but us right here. Deshaun Elliott is out. I saw from Dan Campbell's press conference today that Melifonwu is going to be getting his second start at safety. And according to Dan Campbell, he's going to play better. He's going to be quicker. He's going to diagnose things faster. So that should be something to see, because the whole secondary looked out of whack. Okuda. It was almost like missing Deshaun Elliott. We didn't understand how critical he was, because all 4 people in the secondary looked out of place. They all did. Points per game. Lions score more. Points allowed, they allow pretty much the same thing. Total yards, Lions got about 50 on them. Yards passing. This is why we should win this game. They can't even get 160 because Justin Fields is doing everything for that team. We get 264 yards rushing. This is where they kill us at. This is where we got killed last week. This is where we got killed the last time we played them. We got to get this number up, man. Yards allowed. Their defense is stiffer than ours as a total. Rush yards allowed. They allow more than us. Pass yards allowed. Pretty steep. Pretty stiff on defense. Last 5 games, the Detroit Lions are 3-2. Brutal loss against the Carolina Panthers. Would have been 4 in a row, but they're still 6 out of 8. That's a pretty good, that's 75%. That's basically 1 loss for every 3 wins. I take it. Last week was brutal, but a lot of the team is saying it was a wake-up call that they all needed. The Chicago Bears have lost 8 in a row. And I'm telling you right now, I am not an SOL-er. Those days are past. But I do understand SOLers. I do. It is hard to get rid of. It's been around for decades. I get you. And I understand that if the Detroit Lions allow the Chicago Bears to snap an 8-game losing streak, when we've got everything to play for, when Ford Field is sold out, and they send them fans home with not only a loss by a team that lost 8 in a row, but by your playoff hopes being all but gone, I will understand if you trend toward SOL. I'm not going to go there, but I will completely understand if you do. Because that is what the SOL Lions do. The brand new Lions come and they beat the brakes off of a team that have lost 8 in a row, that has no passing game and has one offensive weapon. That is what the brand new Lions do. They beat the brakes off the 8-game loss streak Chicago Bears. There's no exceptions. You spank them. You beat the brakes off of them, period. This isn't a contest. It doesn't go down to the wire. You spank them. You spank them like you did the Jacksonville Jaguars. That is what this game should be. Luke says, don't even say it. Don't even say what? What am I saying? I'm not saying anything. What I'm saying is that with the weapons that are missing for the Chicago Bears, with the lack of offense that the Chicago Bears have, if you go back to week 10, who beat us? Justin Fields. Justin Fields beat us. He was beating us. We came back and we finished this thing. Win this game because they should have no problem. I actually was scared of the Panthers more than I'm scared of the Bears. I'm not saying that the Bears are, that they can't win. Of course they can win any given Sunday. We can just come out there and just lay an egg and not even show up. But I find that hard to believe. Dan Campbell has said that them boys going to be ready. Aaron Glenn has said that them boys going to be ready. The boys that's playing said they're going to be ready. They want that taste of winning. They know what's on the line. Chicago Bears are, if they lose this, they're almost at the first pick in the draft. Joseph says, if this is the brand new Lions and they lose to the Bears, then they will fire the DC if he's retained. Then it could be said SOL. Okay, Joseph, so you're saying that do they fire him Monday? Do they wait till the end of the season? Because I don't think anybody's getting fired. Not in season. I think Black Monday, you know what I'm saying, Gray Tuesday, whatever it is, I think that's when we'll see some change. Now just think about this. Anthony Lynn was so bad. He was so bad. How bad was he? That they didn't fire him, but they tucked him in the corner and took his responsibility away. I don't know, Joe. I feel like Aaron Glenn might not go anywhere. He might not go anywhere. I don't know. Dan Campbell, I'm not convinced that he'll fire Aaron Glenn. Why would you fire the defensive coach, the defensive back coach, when your defense was the worst? So he did everything possible not to fire him. If he wanted to fire Aaron Glenn, he would have fired him already. That's just how I feel. You let Aubrey Pleasant go when it was your defensive coordinator who gave up all them points. So, and coincidentally, we fire Aubrey Pleasant, and now the defense is I don't know. But let me know in the comments below, man. Who wins this game? I'm picking the Chicago Bears. I'm sorry, the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions to win, I'm going to say convincingly. Stop Justin Fields. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Easier said than done. But we've gone through it. No offense. He is the offense. This team at one point had a better record than we did and have lost 8 in a row. There's no reason, none at all. And please don't tell me that the Bears are hungrier than us. That is something. How? They full. They at the top of the draft. I will say this, and I'll leave it at this. The Detroit Lions were the Chicago Bears of last year, and they came out to play. Never underestimate your opponent. They came out to play. They beat the Cardinals. They came out to play. Yes, we beat the 10 or 13-3 Green Bay Packers. But Aaron Rodgers said for a half, I don't want to hear it. When he was on the field, we beat him. We just finished the job. Lions better win this game. They better give all them fans that's paying for them seats, they better give them what they paid for. They better send them home happy. Start off the new year right. Detroit Lions will win against the Chicago Bears and take this thing to Green Bay for everything. Let's do it. I keep forgetting to do that. Man, oh man, appreciate y'all. We have hit our time, man. We have hit our time. And like I said, don't forget about the post-game show that we're going to be talking about an 8-8 team. We better be. We better be. I am in my fantasy Super Bowl, and I'm torn. I got to throw. He had CeeDee Lamb, and he's got 21 points on me already. And I should beat him according to the projected score. But I'm nervous because my team didn't show up last week, and I barely won. So, this is it, y'all. The next time you'll see me talking about the Detroit Lions, well, outside of a video later today, it'll be a new year. And what better way to start the new year right, man? Get that dub. 8-8 for everything. Perfect weekend. We go like this. Michigan beats TCU. Georgia beats Ohio State. The Detroit Lions beat the Chicago Bears. The Washington Commanders lose to the Browns. The Green Bay Packers lose to the Minnesota Vikings. The Jets beat the Seahawks. And the Giants lose to the Colts. And yeah, it can happen. And I'm going to tell y'all this. Oh, man, Zay says Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff for fantasy. I'm in my, okay. All right, so listen. Zay, don't put this on me. But I don't think that Kirk Cousins is going to have a great day in Green Bay. I don't think he's going to have a great day in Green Bay. That's just my personal opinion. I don't want to be the reason you lose. So you're going to have to make the decision. Of course I want a Georgia win over Ohio State. I can't stand them fools. Or we can get a rematch. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. As long as we win, then we can finish what we start. Because Georgia probably going to beat us half to death like they did last year. I'm just saying. Oh, we forgot to talk about, oh my goodness, the Michigan Wolverines, man. Oh, I completely forgot. And I've been on for an hour. Lord, anyway, Michigan Wolverines, man, play the TCU Horned Frogs tomorrow. Yeah, they'd be more, yeah. They'd be more beatable, but I just can't stand them. I can't stand them. They should have never been in the first place, but I don't know, Zay. Do some research, bro. See how Kirk plays in cold conditions. Is he like Jared Goff? Do that type of stuff. Because me personally, I probably would roll with Jared Goff. At home, Jared Goff is a killer at home. But that's just me. I also don't have Justin Jefferson. So that is a tough one. I really don't think Kirk is going to play that well, but who am I? I will not be the reason you lose your fantasy matchup. So the next time y'all see me, man, Detroit Lions will be either planned for something or nothing, like in Week 18. Lorenzo says, J-Mo getting a TD this week? I think he does. Michael says TCU wins. Wow. Okay. Well, Michael, we going to see, bro. We going to see. But listen, have fun tonight. Have fun tomorrow. If you're going to be out, be safe. I will be doing these college games, so I'm going to be nice and snuggly in my basement watching these college games. For those of you who will be staying home, maybe you'd like to join me over on the Gridiron Blitz tomorrow. We're going to try to do Alabama as well because I want to see Bryce and Will play their last college game. And I hope that when we're doing this post-game show, that we are talking about an eliminated Packers team. Either way, we getting a salty Aaron Rodgers. Either way. But I'd rather have a salty Aaron Rodgers than one who thinks he has hope. And I hope that when fantasy alert, if you are in your fantasy championship and you have Deebo Samuel, he is out. He is out this Sunday. Deebo Samuel is out against the Raiders. Just came through Bleacher Report. On Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 1st, 2023, we are talking about, hold on, because I want to see this real quick, because a lot of games are happening at 1. There's a lot of games happening at 1 o'clock. So let me see that real quick, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Okay, so games that affect us. We play at 1, obviously. The Giants play at 1 o'clock. The Commanders and Cleveland, they play at 1 o'clock. Seattle and Green Bay. So here's how this thing is going to go. We play at 1. The Commanders play at 1. The Giants play at 1. The second half of the day, the Seattle Seahawks and the Jets take on each other at 4:05. And the Green Bay Packers, which is probably going to be game of the week. Well, no, that they play on CBS. The Green Bay Packers take on the Minnesota Vikings at 4:25. I will be doing the second half of that game. So we will be scoreboard watching for 6 hours. 6 hours. Man, I would love to kind of wait and see what happens, but that game doesn't really matter too much. So the Commanders and Giants will have played and either won or lost. Let me just tell you how this thing, Verlin, that's facts. That's an understatement. But imagine this, y'all. Imagine you say it's going to be a stressful Sunday. The next 2 weeks, like I'm getting butterflies right now, and it's only Friday. It's only Friday, bro. Imagine that when the Packers and Seahawks play, imagine if the Commanders and Giants have lost. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Imagine we win, Giants have lost, and the Commanders have lost. You know what that means, right? You know what that means. That means that in the code at Lambeau Field, the Detroit Lions could literally be playing for the 6th seed. Crazy. But that's with a Giants loss. Now with the Giants win, they lock up number 6, and we're playing for 7. So right now, it's 4 teams playing for 7. Lions, Packers, Commanders, Seahawks. We have to have the Seahawks and Commanders lose a game. If it's this week, fantastic. If it's not, the Detroit Lions would need a LA Rams win in week 17 to make the playoffs. But listen, y'all have a great, great Friday. Have a great Saturday. Go Michigan. Go Blue. Be safe if you're going out, man. And remember, if you're going to party and be away from home, don't drink and drive. Have somebody come pick you up, designated driver, or just sleep wherever you at. Set it up right now that you can stay there, because we don't want to start in the new year off on that note, all right? That's a big deal. A lot of people don't wake up, don't see the sunrise, the first of the worst day of the year when it comes to that stuff. So be smart, y'all. I want to see you Sunday for the game as we're cheering on our 7-8, soon to be hopefully 8-8 Detroit Lions. Scoreboard watching. Who would have ever thought that at 1-6 we would be doing this? And don't tell me about losing. Don't tell me that losing to Blood Tank and all that. Y'all know y'all like this feeling. This feeling is much better. Playing for something is much better than playing for the number 1 draft pick. I would trade it any day of the week and twice on Sunday. This feeling right here, the butterflies I have because my team is in it. knowing that week 18 is for everything. I mean, you couldn't have a better year. Forget having it wrapped up early. We plan to the last quarter to get into the postseason. And I'm loving it, man. So be careful, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget to check out. Thank you for everybody that found it. If it's popping up in your feed, Syndicate Sports Detroit XL. That will be videos of not only Lions, but the excess videos that can't fit on this channel is going to be on that channel. So that's what that is. And make sure y'all go check that out. Sitting at 23 subscribers. I didn't want to promote it until YouTube did. But a lot of y'all found it last night. Went from 6 to 23 subscribers. So that's fantastic. So check that out. And don't forget, tomorrow's content is Detroit Lions Forum at 6 p.m., I believe, as it stands right now. New Era Detroit Lions, or New Era Lions, that will be his third show. And thank you guys for supporting him as well and what we're trying to do over here. Hey, listen, be safe. Take care of yourself and each other. Shout out to Jerry Springer. And listen, enjoy tomorrow, y'all. Enjoy tomorrow. Out with the old, in with the new, and go Lions. I will see you on Sunday.